Okay, so what's up, y'all? I'm MortonJoe245 here. Today we're taking a look at General Zod with Kryptonian armor. So I decided to do something a little bit different today. I've been reviewing a lot of He-Man, so I had this figure which I've wanted to do a video on for a long time, actually. And so this is the Movie Masters General Zod with Kryptonian armor from the Matte Steel line from way back in 2013, 2014, I think. And which I really like this figure. It's one of my favorites. So without further ado, let's get into its accessories. The first accessory is Zod's base, which the first version, which unfortunately do not have, was more of a clear base with the house crest on it, and this one's a flat black one with Zod's house crest on the front here, and as you can see, there's a peg to peg the figure on too, and pretty cool. It's got like the texture of the Kryptonian skin suit on it too, which is pretty cool. Now with this figure, since he's got that big long cape stuff, you don't need the figure stand. You could use it for a different Zod if you wanted to, but it's still pretty cool they included it. On the back, there's some information in the Superman logo, so it's pretty cool they included this though. His second accessory and the last accessory is his helmet, which is pretty cool. It's got like a metal finish to it. They kind of put like a little bit of silver paint around the black areas. It's got a clear dome here which goes around his head, which mine is a little bit yellowed over time. It's kind of discolored, but when plastic gets old, it'll do that. But you can see, I mean, the design of the Kryptonian helmets in this movie reminded me a lot of the engineer from Prometheus, because it's kind of got like the antlers and out and stuff like that. But you can see, you can just place it over Zod's head like so, and which that looks pretty cool actually. I used to actually display them this way because I think it was cool with the helmet on. But unfortunately, I don't have anywhere to display these right now because I used to display them beside my He-Man stuff, and then my He-Man stuff took over the shelf, so now I don't have anywhere to display all these DC stuff. But still pretty cool. So let's go over General Zod's articulation. He has pretty good articulation. He has a ball joint at the head, and when he can look down, he can't really look up very much, but he can look down pretty good. And you can see he's got like a hinge and swivel at his shoulder, and a hinge at his bicep right there, or a swivel, I mean. He's got a single hinge at the elbow. He's got, a swivel at his wrist. He's got a little bit of a swivel at his waist there. There's no ab articulation on these. But and you can see he's got some thigh articulation, which is a little bit hindered by his armor pieces there. So you don't want to bend these out too much. You don't want to snap one of the armor pieces off. But you can see he's got like a cut joint at his lower thigh there. He's got a single joint at the knee, and pretty good ankle articulation. Can't really pivot or nothing, but still pretty cool. You can get him in a good flying pose, which I don't think he ever actually flew with all this armor on, but because in the movie when he discarded the armor so he could fly, which I think that's why. But still pretty cool though. So this is this armor he's wearing here is based on the second armor that he wore in the second half of the movie. Now the first half of the movie he wore a completely different armor, which I'll show you a picture of, and which that armor was the first armor he wore on Krypton, and then when he attempted his coup, and then when his coup failed, that armor got confiscated, and then he was put into the Phantom Zone, and then they escaped the Phantom Zone because Krypton exploded, and then the second armor right here, which as you can see, which I'll show you another picture, is the second armor that he salvaged from the Kryptonian outpost called Daxum, and which armor do I like better? I don't know. I like them both really. Well, I wish they would have made a armored version of the first armor he wore too, which they did, and then the smaller 3/3 scale, which I have one of those somewhere, but I don't know exactly where it's at, somewhere down in storage. But this armor is still pretty cool though. But so let's get into the details here, and as you can see, the head sculpt actually has a pretty good likeness to Michael Shannon, the actor who portrayed General Zod in Man of Steel, which this is what he looked later in the movie where he's got his goatee, which this head sculpt was used on the Comic-Con exclusive General Zod with a 2-pack, which this is supposed to be the final battle where he discarded the his armor so he could fly like towards the end of the movie. But as you can see, going down his collar, as you can see, you should be able to see his skin suit under there. They kind of painted flesh color, but as you can see, the collar goes all the way around his neck there, with more collar inside. Which the Hot Toys version kept this detail a little bit wrong, but as you can see, going down his both of his arms are the exact same, which this is actually incorrect. His the armor on his arms in the movie was kind of mixed match because this is supposed to be armor that he had salvaged, so he's not going to be perfect. So that's a little wrong there, but as you can see, still pretty cool though. You can see his skin suit underneath the bits of the armor because the armor overlays his standard skin suit. As you can see, mine's got a little bit of dust and stuff on him because he's been kind of stored up a little while. But as you can see, going down the arm, the armor just looks incredible. You see, it's the same on the other side there. You still see parts of the skin suit, which as you can see, there's more of the skin suit showing through right there too. Because not every place on him is going to be armor. Because if every single crevice was armor, he wouldn't be able to move. So that's for agility. And you see he's got his armored belt, which there's a little bit of paint wear over there right there. But as you can see, there's a lot of dust and stuff in the crevices. I need to clean this figure up. But now on his side there, I'm not sure what that is. It looks like maybe it's grenades or something. But as you can see, there's more of the skin suit showing through right there, which you can really see on the back there. There's his skin suit showing right there, which I wish his cape could have been removable because in the movie he quickly gets rid of the cape because it catches on fire and he has to get rid of it. But he does look. I do like it better with the cape myself because he looks more like a general with the cape, and the cape has got a pretty cool wash on the cape too, which kind of brings out a lot of details. And you see it's kind of shredded and tattered at the bottom too, kind of like Batman's cape would be. So going down his legs, you can see more of the armor. It's got like a silver dry brushing on it too, which kind of brings out some detail, makes it look like it's worn. As you can see, going down to his knees, you can see more of his skin suit showing through right here on his legs. And he's got the armored boots, which looking pretty cool. As you see, there's not much detail on the bottom there. But I wish they would have painted the back of the armor there too. They did on the rear end portion right there, but the back of them they just kind of left unpainted, which you're not really going to see because of the cape. But still, for comparison here, as you can see, here's the other two figures I have. I have the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, 2-pack, the final battle between Superman and General Zod, as you can see, which was supposed to resemble, from the end of the movie. Which, the exclusive General Zod is basically the first Zod with, the armored Zod's head, as you can see, because he's got the goatee like at the end of the movie. Because at the beginning of the movie, he was clean shaven. But I might do a review on that 2-pack. I have to find the base for it and everything, and the iron bar because I had to store a lot of that stuff up, so I have to go find it. But which one thing I always displayed Zod with this helmet here too, because I kind of made it look a little bit different from the other Zod. As you can see, it kind of gives you a little bit of a different display option. So what do I think of this figure overall? I really like this figure. I like the design of General Zod from the Man of Steel. I always thought it looked a lot cooler than the Terrence Stamp pajama General Zod, but the other one is more nostalgic though. And there was a bunch of General Zods as made in this line. The only other one I have is the exclusive 2-pack one, which is the battle one from the end of the movie, which had this head on the other body. Basically, it had a different hand too, where you could grip onto the iron bar accessory, which mine broke off unfortunately. But which I highly recommend this figure if you like the Man of Steel. Now there was better, more accurate versions of Armored Zod made, like the Hot Toys one and the other one may have been Playarts. I can't remember what the brand name was, but but for the price point of these, so this is actually a pretty good figure because a lot of them higher end ones are pretty expensive. So if you like this figure, you want to see some more DC comic reviews, give me a thumbs up to help me a lot, and don't forget to hit subscribe. Till next time.